people on the left are celebrating this deplatforming and depersoning of people just because of their conservative viewpoints.
What do you make of the argument that
It's not. Twitter isn't really a private business because they're protected. They get these protections, right, so that they can serve as a platform. They're immune from certain lawsuits. Why is it that we're getting banned for criticizing politicians? What is Dorsey going to ban all the people who have said they want Trump to be killed? That's a crime in this country. What I did isn't even a crime. Calling for the killing or the assassination of the president is a felony. And so I feel like there's a double standard, and I would really like the media to actually accept this and instead of trying to find every possible angle to be against conservatives or people like myself, because you shouldn't be allowed to call for Trump's assassination and then be banned for simply saying Ilhan Omar is anti-Jewish, something that is now fact.
I think that's going to be it for now. I'm going to talk to someone.
Yeah, that's great.
How we're talking about all these human rights. Well, Jack Dorsey went on Joe Rogan's show. He went on Joe Rogan's show about 2 weeks or so ago. Jack Dorsey told Joe Rogan that Twitter's a human right. Jack Dorsey said that social media is a human right and that everybody should have access to Twitter. Well, if that's the case, then Jack Dorsey is guilty of committing human rights violations against millions of people around the world.
I think we have a human rights case coming up here.
I don't know. Like,
what are you prepared to go down with all your fraud?
You know, you can't say that social media is a human right and that these platforms are open and free to everybody, and then ban people simply because you disagree with their politics. All right, you're banning people simply because they're conservative, because they support President Trump, but then you're pandering to Joe Rogan and telling him that social media is a human right. It doesn't work that way, Dorsey. All right, Jack Dorsey eventually is going to be held accountable for his lies. If you recall, Jack Dorsey testified to Congress. He was asked whether or not he's censoring conservatives and manipulating algorithms, and he lied, okay? Jack Dorsey committed perjury when he testified to Congress and lied. And he said that they weren't censoring people. But we already know. We know that Twitter is censoring conservatives. We already know. And we have the evidence on the Project Veritas investigation as well. That's what you guys are caught on camera.
Laura, though, when they're done censoring conservatives, they're going to go after the liberals.
Yes, and it's going to be
Nobody's safe here. No one's safe.
It's going to be so funny to watch because nobody cares about censorship till it happens to them. I know that Twitter released a statement to their employees today, and they said that you have to show a badge in order to come inside. And I know that if I were to hop over this barrier and try to get inside your office today, you know, you would probably not let me inside. And I know you're probably not going to send anybody out here. I know that Jack Dorsey isn't going to, you know, come outside and talk to us. He's just going to talk to Rolling Stone magazine and tell them how much he respects me and how much he loves activism and how much he thinks Laura Loomer's a punk rocker because she has the balls to come out here and protest. But I want someone to actually come outside and tell me why it's not a violation of Twitter terms of service to call for the assassination of President Trump. I would like somebody to give me an answer.
Why does a woman from Somalia who wears a hijab get an excuse to spew Jew hatred and anti-American sentiment and associate with terrorist organizations as a congresswoman? Why does she get that pass? Is it because she's a Muslim? I just want to know, like, why does she get the pass?
So I have a question, because I really don't know much about this, but I've been banned from Twitter for posting the same video 3 times in a row.
Which video?
I don't even know what it was.
Because we don't have to worry about it.
Was so
It's
dumb.
not a thing
We
that's
do.
going to
We
happen.
do. No, it is though. We do.
No, I don't worry about Larson's either.
You should worry about Sharia law because it is happening in America.
You've got Congress
You
people
have-
being
you have
sworn in
Sharia
on the
law in
Koran,
America right
So
now.
what if she wants to, you know what? I
holding that law over the
Who gives a shit?
You have
Constitution.
Sharia law in
Ridiculous book you put
America.
your hand
It's
down.
not
I don't
ridiculous.
care.
You have
Venezuela
Muslim
used to be a
patrols
rich
in New York
country,
City now.
socialist.
You live here in New York City?
What's that?
You lived in
Venezuela used to-
Boston. Because now a lot of these communities are being, infiltrated by a lot of Islamic immigrants and refugees who are coming, and they're having a lot of children,
First of all,
and
you
they're
can't be
displacing.
I don't think it's not going to happen here if it happened in Europe. They got
What is the
no-go zones
definition
in
of a
Paris, they
refugee?
got no-go zones
We are
in
being infiltrated. Did you know that Ilhan Omar's district in Minnesota is now the terrorist recruitment capital in this country?
I didn't know that, and I don't know who said that. You're
Right.
saying that, right?
It was reported by the mainstream media. Actually, did their job and reported it. Right, we're gonna
No,
have
you
to
don't have
fact
to do
check
that.
it,
I'm
but
just-
we are though because you're one of those people, which I understand. It's
You know,
good to
one of
ask
those
questions.
people. Those people.
I got
You're-
banned for
I'm the only liberal who came out here to actually
That's
talk.
great. Do you think? Let me ask you. Do you think I'm a racist?
I don't know.
Just think about it really quick before I come back. If you think I'm a racist, I want the answer.
Why aren't you telling American journalists that they're in violation of Pakistani law? How come Prince Al-Walid bin Talal owns more Twitter stocks than you?
And runs a child sex traffic ring?
How come pedophiles are allowed on social media that Alex Jones isn't? How come Hamas and the Muslim Brotherhood are allowed on Twitter but Laura Loomer isn't?
You're a liberal. You know, don't think that they're not going to come for you too. You're silent now, laughing as people like myself and Alex Jones and Milo Yiannopoulos and Gavin McInnes and Roger Stone and so many others are having their livelihoods destroyed by these big tech social media companies. But someday it's going to happen to you too. All right? It's going to happen to all of you. It will.
Admitting to shadow banning and censoring conservatives using artificial intelligence and machine learning. When will it stop? We are not Russian bots. We are American conservatives. I stand here to tell you and ask you, are you willing to die for socialism? Because there's a million of us that are willing to die for the United States Constitution. That's all I have to say.
All immigrants and their children in public school to learn to love America and have the freedom that it offers. And I stand with my life beside Loomer and all the conservatives here, and shame on all New York City Democrats for not being here right now.
You're the problem! And your biggest shareholders run child sex traffic rings. That's ridiculous. We need to save the children, not destroy the children and our American ethics. We have a